Anna and I go way back. We've known each other a long time. This is one of the most talented musicians that I know. Tell everybody what you do.
I take a little bit of my classical training with the cello and combine it with something new that I've been working with, looping, in this case using both a cello and an electric cello, and trying to become a one-woman band. When I first started looping, it was 100% improvised. Every time I stepped up to the looper and did a show, it was a different thing. It was whatever, you know, was of the moment. So it was a lot of on-the-spot compositions, but as I started to do it throughout the past year, songs really rose out of that, recreatable songs with titles, and that's kind of a first for me. Instead of just being improv jam in D minor, you know, these creatures started to emerge, and I think that the next step is to not only capture the live performance like in the DVD, but to go ahead and get them into the studio, to produce them in a way where they're still have got that organic feel, but not necessarily the exact same as they would be live. Play the cello in the style of the guitar, and then I might add some cello that sounds like a cello, and then I might step over to my electric and play a bass line, and then I'm missing a beat, and so I might thump on the cello, or I might actually beatbox, or create just all the different roles that you normally see in a 2 or 3 or 4 piece band. So essentially you're playing with your hands and your feet at the same time. It's basically a big brain cluster of like, it's chaos, right? People are amazed, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know how I do it. I just stomp and play, but it does, it enables you to kind of recreate loop after loop and layer them until you have a complete blanket of cello textures, which is never a bad thing.
focus that we're taking with L&D Records is with women. It's with independent women in music. That's why it's very important to me to have people like you that I can talk to in front of the camera, and that I can show them what you do and how hard you work to get there. I mean, you graduated from college on the in music, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then I mean, you played.
And at no point,
to pay for your way through college, you played weddings and stuff, right? Like, I mean,
when you go to college and you say I want to be a musician, they give you two choices. You can either be the person who turns out as a band director, orchestra director, you know, more education, or you can be a performance major. And if you're like me, and I was more attracted to performing, you really don't know what that entails. You just imagine that you're going to be in some symphony somewhere after you graduate. And truth is, those jobs are hard to come by. I'm lucky enough to play in a couple of classical symphonies. I've always been able to make a little money doing weddings and gigs and parties. Keep a lot of private cello students. I do probably my main day job is teaching cello students, but when I went to college I had no clue about playing anything but music written on a page. And so this has been a journey of not just trying to do a little bit of songwriting and composition, but it really just being confident in playing music that doesn't exist. It's not already been written. It's not just that you're playing Bach.
Yeah.
And
you're creating.
And you're the 5,000th person to play Bach. You are actually, like, you know, doing something a little bit different. And I wasn't ready for that in college. I didn't see that coming, but maybe I should have, because I really did enjoy, you know, maybe sitting in with songwriters, a little open mic here and there, and slowly but surely it emerged that, you know, you've been training your ear your whole life, you just don't realize it.
Yeah.
You've been looking at this music, but it's kind of like being able to tell a story only from reading it in a book versus to being able to make up a story and have people actually feel it, you know.
Right.
So it's a different way to speak the same language.
Yeah, and exercising that with the live looping, that's, in a sense, that's what you're doing, is you're exercising the ability to create on the spot, which is incredibly difficult. Yeah, and scary.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and fun. Lots of fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's so rewarding. So go on Facebook, like her, subscribe to her YouTube, support this artist. She's very deserving. Come out to one of the shows and check it out yourself if you don't believe me, or stick around and watch the next half of the video. Thanks for being on here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Set.